Here it comes, knockdown form. So one package is actually going to have the door itself, the door rails or stiles, and then the other one is going to be the frame. So I'm just going to unbox it so you guys can see what you can expect. Okay, I'm going to slide this one out because I already have it partially open. So the trick with any door assembly, especially if there's components and it's knockdown, is obviously making sure you have all components laid out and you received everything, which you should have. So here's, let's put this over here. So the other thing is you got to keep in mind these are aluminum, made from aluminum material, anodized material. So you got to be careful when cutting it open because you obviously don't want to scratch anything up. Okay, so this is the door package here, and this particular package is a 36 by 84 inch or 3070 storefront door package. And as you can imagine, right, there are 4 components to a door: the top rail, bottom rail, hinge or pivot style, and then the lock style. So that's going to be the easiest way to identify which component goes where. And my recommendation would be to just lay everything out in the correct format. So here is the lock style, obviously. Here the lock's already installed, the hook bolt, the lock cylinder, so you know that that's the lock style. So I'll just set that right over here. And then this is the pivot style or the hinge style. These knockdown doors come standard with pivot hinges. They are high quality pivot hinges. As you can see, here's the full race bearing. And then it's already installed on the door. So this would be the pivot style. So let's go ahead and just lay it down over here like so. Okay, and then here's the rail. Let's see here. This is the top rail. You can always tell between the top rail and bottom rail because the bottom rail will come with this glass setting block. So imagine the door sitting like this and the glass would sit on this block. So this would be the bottom rail. And then the top rail, you could also tell because it has this device here. This is called the glass jack screw. Once the glass is installed and the door is installed, you can actually turn this clockwise to raise the tilt of the door up, or counterclockwise to lower the tilt of the door. So it's basically a commercial door adjustment screw. Again, that you could tell that's always going to be in the top rail of the door. So here's the top rail right here. Okay, let me scoot this over. And then of course here, I'm just going to lay these on the ground right now. These are the glass stops, and we can go over those in a second. Let me set these here and remove this. So now that we've identified the top rail and bottom rail, lock style and pivot style, my recommendation would be to simply lay it out in the correct orientation before attempting any sort of assembly. So that's what we'll do here. Okay guys, another thing too, so it does come with some basic assembly instructions that work great as a companion to this video, but also in here was the pull handle, so that's something to know. Definitely double check, make sure everything is in here, as well as the hardware too. Here you can see the hardware comes in a bag. That's actually the assembly hardware as well as the hardware for the handle set, and then the 2 keys. Okay, all right guys, so another thing to note, in the bottom rail, you can see there's some hardware in here. This is, let me go ahead and pull this out. So we got the push bar portion of the handle, which I'll set aside over here. That'll be for later once the door's assembled. And then we have the tie rods. And we'll go over that in a second as well, but you could tell there's one straight tie rod, and there's one with a slight bend, and that's there for a reason. It's not damaged. So we'll explain that here in a second as well. Let's go ahead and lay it in the proper configuration. So first thing we want to do is, this is the bottom rail, so we'll put this at the bottom here. Now, the one thing I could already tell is the hinge rail is upside down. So if you look, it is outfitted with 2 offset pivot hinges, but you could tell that this one has the spring-loaded pin. That spring-loaded pin is always going to be at the top of the door. See that? That spring-loaded pin's always at the top of the door, whereas the bottom of the door always just has that bearing, the bearing portion. So that's a quick way to identify that. So what I'm going to do is, I actually need to probably put it this way so that you guys could see better. Let me do some finagling here. Let me set this over here. Okay, so we got the top part of the door here, and then we have the bottom part of the door. Okay, and then this is the lock style, so let's turn it this way. And there we go, right here. So that's the correct orientation. And then the top rail of the door here. And you can see how it's going to mate into there. Okay, guys, so next step, once you have that all laid out, we're ready to assemble the door. So you want to get your 2 tie rods, and I'll just pull off this plastic here. Now the top rail tie rod is always going to be the one with that little offset curve in it, as you can see here. Here's the bottom rail tie rod, here's the top rail tie rod. The reason for this offset is so that when it goes through the top rail, it's actually going to, the curve is going to miss the adjustment, the glass jack screw. So that's the whole point of the offset sort of tie rod. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide the tie rod, again with the offset by the glass jack. I'm going to go ahead and slide it through here. And then we're going to go right into here. So here I have all the nuts. You should have a total of, let's see here, 6 of them here, as you can see. And go ahead and set them aside. Okay, so now with this tie rod through here, I'm going to use the nut. And I'm just going to thread the nut through here. And you guys could see it right through here. Okay, what I'm going to do is thread this in. So, hey guys, so we got the nut threaded onto that tie rod through here. You can see that, just loose. Now this side is the double nut, so I'm going to first thread this one on. And then we're going to push it through the hinge style, right through that hole. And you do kind of have to play with it to get it to stick out, because there is some reinforcement in the back side of this hinge style. So there it is. That should be, you get a little bit more. You don't want to do too much because you still have to have that side go through that lock rail. But let's go ahead and thread this on here. Now I'm going to go ahead and thread this on here. The easiest way to do this is, there is a hole cut out here. If you look right here, there's a hole cut out. And if you use a 9/16 inch deep socket, it'll fit right through there perfectly. So that's actually how I'm going to go ahead and start this, because it's a little hard to get your fingers in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tighten that down. And again, this is a 9/16. So you might have to rotate the tie rod by just turning this a little bit so that it can line back up. There we go. Okay, now we have this side here with the tie rod exposed. All we're going to do is line the lock style up with this. Okay, now I'm just going to do the same thing with this nut here, thread it on here. And you can see it's sticking out past the rail. That's perfect. Okay guys, I got the nut on there. So a few tricks. once everything's assembled, obviously you can tighten it more and it'll squeeze together. You'll get more threads on that tie rod. But one thing to note is just starting out, I had the tie rod pretty much on this end flush with this nut. You might want to just go halfway on the nut just for the time being so that you have plenty of threads on this to start. And then of course, once everything's started, then you could torque up and it'll actually pull the tie rod flush with that nut over there. But that's just something to note to make it a little bit easier for you guys to do on the installation. So now what we're gonna do is let's move to the bottom rail over here, and I'll grab the nuts here and the tie rod. Okay. Guys, so now we're ready to do the bottom rail, and then you can tell the bottom rail because it has the glass setting block, and you want to line it up to where the glass setting block matches the glass setting block on the hinge style. And again, you can tell too because there's no glass jack screw, so that's the bottom rail. So it'll be in this orientation. So you want to take your straight tie rod and go ahead, and we're actually going to double nut this side. The side with the hole is always the double nut side. So go ahead and thread that in. And again, it's the same idea. We're going to just do enough to start the just enough to start the other nut here in terms of threads, because it will, when we tighten everything down, it'll pull the tie rod anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this real quick. Okay guys, so I double nutted this, so we have the nut here, and I started the nut on this side, and you can kind of see the overhang, right? So we kind of want to split the difference so it's easier for us to get this through this style, the lock style. So we're just going to sort of split the difference here. You just got to kind of eyeball it. There we go. Maybe in there, I could get it to do a little bit more. There we go. This straight tie rod's a little bit easier just because you don't have that curve like the top one. Okay, so once this is through here, we're going to tighten this up because once we put the bottom rail on, we're not going to have access to this nut. So we'll go ahead and tighten this up here. And we'll go ahead and slide the bottom rail in. And then bring this through here. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and start this nut here. We have plenty of threads on that tie rod. Get started there. Torque it up. And the trick is, when you are going to tighten this up, you essentially want about 30 foot-pounds of torque on these bolts. I'm just going to tighten this up until I almost hear the tie rod sort of squeaking. This side. Okay guys, so after you've assembled the door stiles and rails, where you're going to want, and they're tight, you're just going to want to use these plugs, and they'll snap right into there so that you can cover up, you know, the bolt holes. One on each side, one on each end. So here, right where the pivot hinges are. So it comes with two of them, and you just plug those just like so. And of course, at this point in this stage, obviously for installation, we're going to show you guys how to install the hardware and everything right now. But we'll have a separate video on glazing. And if you do need to glaze the door, I recommend doing it on a set of sawhorses or on a table set like this while the door is not hung yet. It's just a little bit easier.